anybody that we can trust, whose opinion we can trust regarding this weekend's test match, it's definitely the man next to me, rugby legend, Springbok and Natal Sharks legend. He played 37 tests for our country in 6 years, and we all remember those games, how he was able to break the line. He was always that guy that you could depend on. Fullback number 15, last line of defence, he's there for you. Stefan Terblanche, it's great to have you with us, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Boki, good morning to you. First time seeing you this morning. But let's talk about that. This weekend, really, really big. What do you think of the current Springbok side and how they've been performing in the Rugby Championship?
Well, let's first look at the team. I think they've come a long way. I think Heineken Meyer, there's a lot of criticism when he started that he's playing too conservative way of rugby, the old Blue Bulls rugby, as you like to call it. But he's a great rugby man. I think he's got rugby at heart, and he's done an amazing job with the Springbok team. Yes, the forwards are strong, they're brutal, they drive their lineouts well, they've got a good set piece, but also now, slowly but surely, you see the likes of Engelbrecht, you see the likes of Willie Leroux coming into their own.
Man, what a player.
And breaking the line, scoring beautiful tries, and that's what you want to see in a Springbok jersey.
Does he remind you of yourself?
It was such a long time ago, I can't really remember,
Really?
But of course you remember. When you play for the Springbok, you remember every single game, every single second. I can run you through all those games. It's amazing.
Do that for me about your debut game, 1998 against Ireland, was it?
Yeah, you look so forward. That was in '98 against the All Blacks, but you look so forward, and to have this opportunity to play for the Springboks, you play many a test match in a back garden against your own friends, and then when you finally have that opportunity, it happens so quickly.
Yeah.
One moment you're singing the national anthem, which I believe you'll be doing tomorrow.
Yeah, for the Australians. For the Australians. How do you calm yourself down in that moment when you're about to sing the national anthem and focus?
There's just so much to take in. I mean, you've lived and you've played and you've trained all your life, up until that point to wear that Springbok jersey, and to have the opportunity is a huge honour and a privilege. And you can see it every single time, the Bismarcks or the John de Villiers or the Etzebeths or the Beast, the Lambies, they put on those jerseys, it means the world to them because they know what it represents. It's not only themselves, it's not only the team, but it's the whole of South Africa. It's
a whole nation. Scoring 4 tries on your debut against the likes of Brian O'Driscoll and the boys. I mean, that's really raising your game to the next level. What was going through your mind during that time that really enabled you to perform on that level like that?
Again, it happened so quickly, as I said. 80 minutes seems like a very long time, but before you know it, one moment you're singing the national anthem, the next moment you're in the change room in an ice bath after the game for the recovery. But
wow.
I think I got such a fright. Peter Miller was playing inside centre. He never used to pass the ball, so when he eventually in that game decided to give me the ball, I got such a fright. I didn't know what to do other than to run. That's your job on the wing when you have those opportunities to finish the tries.
What was it like playing Australia in your day? Because I mean, they've always been bitter rivals. The Tri-Nations back in the day, when it was huge competition between the 3 nations. What was it like playing against Australia?
Yeah, a great rivalry. And you must remember, I don't want to go back to when we used to play, but they had that great Australian team. They had George Gregg and Stephen Larkham, Joe Roth, Matthew Burke. The list goes on and on. Ben Tune, Williams. I mean, they had an unbelievable team. It was always tough. I remember beating them the first time in 1998 in Perth, 14-13, my first trip overseas. It was tough and it was hard, but an unbelievable team. They were so good. They could move that ball around, and for long phases of the game, all you were doing was just chasing, trying to get your hands on the ball, but they kept it alive. They kept it away from you. An amazing team. I think at the moment they're trying to rebuild as a team. Obviously, Ewan McKenzie is a new coach. A few new players in the team. They've had their troubles, but let's not underestimate this Australian team. Test match rugby is such a leveler. Doesn't matter how well you played the weekend before, it's going into this weekend with the right frame of mind. Because let's be honest, if we lose this weekend, if we don't beat the Australians, there won't be a mini World Cup final next year.
Let's not even think about that.
Exactly.
Let's not even think about it. We're keeping the positive mindset. But sir, thank you so much. It's such a big honour having you here, speaking to you. I remember the days of watching you playing on the field and being so inspired by your game. But inspiration continues right here in Cape Town. The other day I was very privileged to attend the opening of the Springbok Experience, a world-class erection that took place at the waterfront that is now promising world rugby fans to come there and really experience what rugby is all about, especially the South African rugby story. Take a look at this. Rugby fans from all across the world can now come to the V&A waterfront in Cape Town and enjoy the Springbok Experience, a world-class museum dedicated to the biggest brand of rugby in the world, telling the story of the game that changed the nation.
Well, it's about the history, but it's also about the experience of the Springbok brand. And that's what it is. You know, the Springbok brand is such a powerful brand. Sport in our country is such a powerful thing. You can unify the world and you can unify our country through sport, and that's what we try to do here.
Opened on Heritage Day, the Springbok Experience chronicles the history of rugby in this country in all its forms. Even our younger players could share in the spirit of the game that has shaped this nation.
Yeah, I must say today is very special. We get to meet some of the previous captains, and it's an amazing experience, you know, and it's good to know that people from the public can experience that as well. You know, just walking in there, you get the same tingling experience that you get when you're in the cloakroom or just before a game. It's good to see all the memories and everything you've been part of, and yeah, it's just a great day and a great experience.
You know, our main motto at Springbok is we would like to create hope for everyone, not only for the black kids or the white kids, for everyone in South Africa. And we would like to motivate kids to actually want to be, like play rugby or do other sports, to want to be in one of these museums, because it's quite an awesome experience. I mean, for people from overseas, they're going to come down to South Africa and see what Springbok rugby is about. And rugby is not only about just focusing on rugby. I mean, you can see inside there what Mr. Mandela did throughout rugby to change South Africa, to keep everyone equal opportunities.
At the museum opening, all the talk amongst past and present players alike was the current Springboks form, the big game against Australia tomorrow, and of course, that battle in Auckland a fortnight ago.
I think the unfortunate experience we've had in New Zealand is already a motivation to the team. They wouldn't like to go through anything like that again. So I'm expecting a good game, and I'm expecting the Springboks to win.
I'm a bit worried about Saturday because we're all concentrating on the All Blacks coming and beating them, but we first got to beat Australia here. And I just hope that our boys realise how important it is not to get overconfident and take this game very, very serious.
With the Boks playing in somewhat cup final this weekend, all 50 million South Africans will have to get behind them to see them charge to victory.
I think it's going to be a very tough game. It's definitely going to be a lot more physical than I think it was in Brisbane, and I believe we'll be up for that challenge as well. Every single time I get the opportunity, you know, it's almost too big to comprehend. So it's a massive day, and it's good to feel part of something bigger than yourself, much bigger than yourself, and having the feeling that you almost can't lose with all the people backing you, and it's amazing.
The Springboks take on Australia tomorrow at Newlands at 5 p.m. You do not want to miss this one.
The Springbok Experience, definitely worthy of your visit as a proud South African and as a rugby fan. Stefan, you were there on Wednesday, you said?
Yes, what a world-class, amazing experience for me to have played a small part in Springbok rugby, to go through there. You know, it's all about tradition. It's beautiful. It's something that I'm very proud of, and I think all South Africans could be really, really proud of. Well done to the South African Rugby Union and Nicoane for putting it all together.
Definitely,
world class.
Definitely. I know Borky enjoyed it as well. Now, big rugby news broke in the week that Jake White was resigning from the Brumbies, I think 2 years before his contract actually expired, and he's looking to come back to South Africa. There are rumours that he might be going to the Sharks. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, the Sharks are not denying the rumours. You see what John Smith said in the press this morning, that, of course, Jake White will add a lot of value to what they do at the Sharks, what they are doing and trying to do. John, of course, is the new leader in charge there as CEO of the Sharks, so he made a few changes, and I'm sure he's hoping to make a few more. But, yeah, Jake White can add a lot of value. Of course, himself and John had such a great relationship up until now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history between the two, and who knows? There's never a dull moment in South African rugby, that's for sure.
Fantastic. So once again, thank you very much. Great having you here with us. Of course, this weekend it's all about the Bokke taking on the Wallabies, and as you can see here in our studios, we are all about the Springbok Friday. Go Bokke! See you just now.